So you want to be a YouTuber, you film some videos, you edit some videos, and then you have to make a thumbnail. One of these things. And it's very daunting. What is my picture going to be? What is my thumbnail going to be? How much contrast should I put in my thumbnail? Well, to be honest, I will tell you that thumbnails are very difficult. I've been a creator for 12 years, and every single week I stress about them. But today I want to share with you one of my biggest tips, one of my biggest discoveries that I found out on how to make thumbnails get millions of views. My name is Nathan, this is the Blueprint channel. I've been a creator for 12 years. I've amassed nearly 40 million subscribers across multiple channels. And today I want to share with you one of my biggest tips about YouTube thumbnails. All right, here you go. You ready? I'm going to pull out this tip. This thing is crazy. All right, let me just write it on this sticky note real quick. Let me just hold on. Okay, so my biggest tip, the most important thing I can tell you about YouTube thumbnails is this. Simple. Can you see it? Simple. That's the secret. Let me explain. Check out this thumbnail from TED Talks. The video is Beatbox Brilliance, has 79 million views, and look how simple this thumbnail is. It's just a picture of a guy beatboxing. That's it. Check out this video from Red Bull. Jumping from space 7 years ago, 137 million views. Check out how simple the thumbnail is. Now, how exactly do you make your thumbnail simple? I figured out a formula for it. And my formula is that every element in your thumbnail, you must be able to understand within 1 second of looking at it. And in my videos, I try to only put 2 or 3 elements in every single thumbnail. And if one element equals 1 second, that means if you have 3 elements, I can look at a thumbnail and in 3 seconds, I can understand exactly what the video is about. Just like this Red Bull video, it has 2 elements. Element number 1 is you can see the astronaut jumping from space. And element number 2 is you can see the Earth in the background. And I can understand this thumbnail within 2 seconds. I can look at this picture, I could flash it for 2 seconds, and you can know exactly what is happening. But hold on, let's go on to some other thumbnails. Check out this video from GoPro. Backflip over 72-foot canyon, 223 million views. This thumbnail also has 2 elements. Element number 1 is the bike. You see the bike about to go down the hill. Element number 2 is the hill and the canyon in the background. Again, I can understand this thumbnail within 2 seconds. It's super simple. Here's a kid's video that got an insane amount of views, 528 million views. I've never seen that many views in my life on one singular video. That is insane. My most viewed video is about at 100 million views, but look at this freaking thumbnail. The thumbnail is so simple. You have element number 1 is the kid. Element number 2 is the Lego car. And then element number 3 could be the background, but I wouldn't really consider that an element to the thumbnail because it's just white. So I would consider the kid 1 element and the car 2 elements. Here's one of our videos, 1,000 dares in 24 hours. This video of ours got 76 million views in 2 years, but this thumbnail has 3 elements. You could say maybe 4 if you want, but element number 1 is me holding scissors. Element number 2 is the tree that is cut open. And then element number 3, you could say is maybe the text or the background is element 3, but those are just small little details. But I can understand that thumbnail within 3 seconds. It looks like someone is getting dared to cut down a tree with scissors. And it's actually kind of funny because I thought of that thumbnail on the spot, just like randomly. I thought it would be funny to do that. And a bunch of other YouTubers copied that thumbnail. Here you go, look at them. All of these are just copies. Here's a gaming video from Mr. Beast, the world's hardest video game, 66 million views. And look how simple the thumbnail is. You have someone reacting to a video game with spikes and it looks very difficult. Again, 2 elements in this thumbnail. Here's a soccer video. They got 93 million views, soccer trick shots. Very simple. Only a couple elements. We have the guy kicking the soccer ball and we have the background with the soccer field and the goal. And it wouldn't be YouTube without a hamster video. So this one had 60 million views. And again, you can see how simple it is. We have the maze in the background, which is element number 1. And then we have the hamster up front and close, which is element number 2. What about a cat video? Can't go wrong without a cat video. 120 million views on this cat video. And again, very simple. Element number 1, you have the cat sitting in a bucket. And element number 2 is the background, the water. You're probably wondering, yo, what happened to this cat? How is he gonna get out? Everyone knows that cats hate water. So this thumbnail is also playing a little bit into your curiosity. You're really wondering what is gonna happen to this cat. So you wanna click on the video, and that's what 120 million people did. What about this video? We got a makeup tutorial, 76 million views. But again, the thumbnail is super simple. This thumbnail actually only has one element. It is a girl with a bunch of acne on her face, and you're probably thinking, wow, she needs some makeup. So here is a makeup tutorial. This is kind of the before, not the after. Now, she could have made this thumbnail very complex. She could have done a before and after photo and done a bunch of different things, but she just showed you the before, which is actually very smart because kind of like the cat video, it makes you curious. You're curious, what is her makeup gonna look like after she puts it on? Are you still gonna see those pimples? Is her eyes gonna look different? How is her face going to look? So you wanna click on the video to see. That's my biggest tip for YouTube thumbnails. Make it simple. Each element, 1 second to understand. And I personally don't recommend going over 4 elements because anything past 4 starts to make the thumbnail very busy, very messy, and it gets difficult to understand, and there's too many things going on. Trust me, I've tried a lot of thumbnails with 5 elements, 6 elements, 7 elements, and every single one just doesn't perform well. But if you're curious about being a creator, lucky for you, I have a free secret video here on YouTube. You can click the top link of the description and it will take you to it. It's a 30-minute tutorial. It will teach you everything you need to know about how to start a YouTube channel. Go watch it right now. I promise it's going to give you a ton of value. And until then, I'll see you next time. Peace.